So it's been a while since I've done a video. Um, Come across something on YouTube that I thought was appropriate. My own little spin on it. Title of the video was "Why We're Becoming More Extreme." I think it was CNN. Um, I can break it down very simply. No science required. So much of conservatism is about playing to disaffected members of our society. And so much of conservatism is about rights and freedoms one group has that another just doesn't or never did. Um, whether it's COVID, whether it's fighting to scrap an M16 on someone's back and go on to Walmart, there conservatism in my eyes. So much of it is about fighting for the right to do things that are pretty reckless, and another time people would recognize them as being reckless. Um, I've talked about here in the past how many of your conservative leaders that are so anti-vax, don't believe in COVID, they've got the shot. They've got the shot, guys. No doubt in my mind, they got the shot. You even see Trump now. I think a couple of days ago, just before the end of the year, talking about how, yeah, let's, take the shot. Now, he was using that to say that it's all me and, pumping himself up. That's what the notion of it was. This is one of my achievements. We achieved this. Don't let the left take this from us. Why did he say that? Why did he put that forward? He put that forward because he doesn't have a lot of achievements. And he knows that these are all the argument conservatives make about COVID is all whataboutism. And it's all about distraction. It's like climate change. It's all about distraction and denial. That's all it is. When Joe Rogan got sick with COVID and he went out here and got the monoclonal antibodies and the Z-Pack and the vitamin drip and vitamin IV drip and that stuff costs a lot of money. And here's listening to him recite his list of stuff he bought. I'm like, bro, that's thousands of dollars. Most folks don't have that kind of money to just throw around at a disease. Still got to pay your rent. Still got to pay that car note. Still got to feed your kids. People out here getting sick, sometimes sick for weeks, for months. Still, what if something else? What if your car breaks down? What if something else breaks down? I'm just making the point that so much of conservatism, that's really what it is these issues don't matter because I'm rich enough to just deal with when they get bad. Like I'm willing to ignore reality because I have the money to jump the abyss, to jump the crevice that's forming. I think COVID was kind of, for me, an eye-opening event to see how many Americans feel. I get it. There's people that think that we definitely went too far on certain aspects of the lockdowns. People feel like maybe they're just tired. The economies are messed up. I get it. But what I've seen with COVID from the direction of the right, political right in America, it's been, to say that these are all things Democrats created to hurt them, to hurt the economy, to make Trump look bad. It's disconcerting because to me, in a way, that's terrorism. It's not true what you're saying, but you're saying it anyway in order to scare people, in order to incite a response, and that response January 6th, unfortunately. We are getting more extreme in this country because one side refused to believe in facts. Period. One side refused to believe in science. Period. And we had a president that made that a legitimate position to have. to disbelieve reality and to live in denial. We're becoming more extreme because the times are becoming more drastic, because climate change is like, it's happening now. I watched something on PBS NewsHour. They were talking about some type of a thing they want people to come by and see, that Portland's getting flooded, is getting worse. I'm like, dude, it's too late. It's 2022, it's too late. What are you doing? You think people don't know at this point? It's too late. You know, and we had Trump come by and basically tell the boomers that I'm going to fight to ensure your way of life is not affected, is not in any way deleteriously affected. His job was to dumb things down and act stupid. And I have family that thinks that I get upset about some of the stuff Trump says. It was like jokes, like he just joked around and some jokes. No. He told lies, talking about nuking hurricanes and talking about he altered a weather map. No, that's a crime. Altering a weather map, that it would affect people in Alabama, that it wasn't. Those are his core constituents. I'm talking about COVID would just go away, and that you just put UV light in the body, and this stuff. It was all about dumbing down stuff that we've known for a long time are real. Trump said windmills cause cancer. Look it up. Talking about dishwashers, you know, the water saving dishwashers, stuff like that. It's water saving toilets. You know, people have family. There's family I have that gets caught up in that, and they don't realize that's a tactic. That's what pimps do. That's what you do when you're pimping somebody. You're saying that, okay, everything's complicated. Believe me. Don't read books. Don't sit down and say, you know what, man, let's figure this out. Let me see what they talk about. No. Complicate everything. That's what Trump's tactic was. It isn't just about him telling jokes and being, it isn't just about that. It's the recklessness. I believe a president's job is to, you know, state opportunities sometimes. You know, to speak about what the country should be, the best parts of America should be. And I believe that more now than ever. That a president's, you know, there's a certain aspect of a president's duty that must be a robust sense of the public good. And that's not hyperbolic talk. You know, it's got to be that way. You know, like I said, that's why America's become more extreme. That's why it has become more extreme. It's like kids that have been given nothing but sweets and candy and stuff. Like they're left to stay up late and stuff. Like they're gonna do that, and there's gonna be problems that come from that. I just think that personally, America is becoming a failed state. People disagree with me on that, but America is becoming a failed state in many ways. In many ways, we see it. And I think that that's something that has to happen, because you're basing your country upon ideas, economic notions that don't exist anymore, or are fading out. I mean, we're talking about Germany's going to phase out coal by the end of the decade. Y'all understand that? Like we're moving beyond these things, and Trump spent a good portion of his presidency talking about that. There's no future in that then. And if you choose to deny that and remain ignorant of those facts, of those realities, America will be left behind. You know, and that's the fascist part. That's the America first. That's the Jews not take our jobs. That's that. It's they're fighting for a world that doesn't exist. and has existed for a long time. And there's an anger and there's a rage there, and that it comes out in some very dangerous ways. I think America is waiting for the next big emergency. I think COVID showed you that we're not united at all. And if something big happened, I don't think we'd stand together as Americans in common cause to solve a purpose. Anyway, thank you for listening.